What's up, everyone? Austin McGinnis with PFC back with another class. Today, we're in session going over part 2 of the magic equation, which is deriving overhead. So, last week we covered the magic equation, going over estimated volume, getting into number of leads per week, which is great from a marketing perspective and knowing how many phone calls you need. But part 2 of that is knowing when I go on these sales appointments, when I'm meeting with these leads, what am I charging for my markup? Or what margin am I trying to attain to keep my business healthy and to stay profitable? And Profit for Contractors is about that information, right? We want you to know your numbers so that you can be charging your clients correctly, so you're profitable and you can use those profits to pay for your freedom. But when we look at that annual overhead projection, last week we used the number 5 million. That target helps us really bake into our overhead expenses. So now we need to project some overhead expenses, and looking at last year's a great place to start and going through your overhead and marking areas where I'm going to be spending more here. Maybe I need another truck for my fleet. Maybe I want to spend more to get more leads. We're looking to scale this year and we got our marketing dialed in. We're going to be spending more on ads. We want to hire somebody to do some videos for us, for our socials, whatever that is for you. But you're going to go and you're going to have a strategy and you're going to look at all the line items. All right. But the key to being able to look at those line items as an owner is really having quality organization of those overhead expenses that gives you the ease to look at that information in a logical way that is easy on the eyes and easy to explain. And the best way that I've found to do that is with 5 different buckets. So we have general administrative. This is typically where your softwares live, where your office supplies live, where your banking and fees and different types of things live. This is a very general category. There can be a lot in here. And this is typically one that requires, accounting's fees, attorney's fees, different things like that. Then we have our marketing bucket. Marketing is different things. It's truck wraps, it's yard signs, it's print ads, radio, TV, what have you. If you're buying your company, attire and your branding materials, that would probably fall there too. Google ads, Facebook ads, whatever you're doing there. And then we have our employee bucket, and this is specific to overhead employees because you have your COGS. If I go revenue, and then I'm going to have COGS, and then from there, I'm going to get my gross profit. And after my gross profit, I'm going to have my overhead, and gross profit less overhead gives me net profit. So in my COGS is going to be where my field employees live, my superintendents, my foremen, my carpenters, my techs, whatever that is for you. That's what's in COGS, right? So those are direct bricks in the wall type of employees. They're putting work in place. Over here, overhead employees is your office staff. It's your bookkeeper. It's your marketing guy if you have one, your estimator, your project manager, people that aren't direct to a certain project, but they're kind of helping cover the different facets for you to get sales, for you to market and get jobs, for you to be able to do your bookkeeping and invoicing. It's those kinds of employees that are in here. So that's here. And also their burden. So their vacation time, their unproductive time, their workers' comp, their liability, that kind of information would also be baked in at this level. And if you have other programs that you're offering to your employees, 401k match, and those types of things would also be baked into there as well. And then next is fleet and auto. Pretty straightforward there. Repairs and maintenance, preventative, accident, oil, car washes, gas, you name it, that would go here. Maybe you have a forklift or something like that that also gets baked into there. And the insurance for those things also gets baked into there. And then lastly, occupancy. So your warehouse, your office, your home office, telephone expense, utility expense, those kinds of things would be baked into here. So those are my 5 buckets. I can look at these things month to month and I can see trends, which is great. Always having numbers is great, but looking at trends is where the power is, right? So if I have these 5 buckets from a high level at a glance, I can see my overhead month to month. And if I want to double click into that in QuickBooks or whatever I'm using for my software, I can click into that and see then a different subset of other categories for whatever those are for you. And I just listed a bunch of them. And then I can really dive into each of those to know, am I going to be higher than that this next year, or am I going to be lower or about the same? And then I can get a projection of dollar amount to get my percentage of revenue. So when I say percentage, if I'm doing 5 million, and let's just say I'm going to have 1 million of overhead, right? That is basically what, 20, that's 20%. And with PFC members, I coach several. I haven't really done a study and gotten into the nuts and bolts of what average is, but I've seen a range of different clients. And these are GCs. I got a drywall guy that's closer to 35%, but I see a lot of sub trades that are higher into those 30% ranges for overhead, and their markups are in like the 1.8 to 2, whereas GCs are typically closer to a little bit more of that 20 to 25 range, which is healthy, but then their markups are in the 1.6 to 1.8. I have yet to see anybody with a 33% margin that they're trying to attain, which would be like a 20%, gross profit target with a 13% net. So 20 plus 13 would give me that 33. I've yet to see any that's below 20% on overhead. So just kind of giving you guys a little bit of a taste of what I've seen with some clients to hopefully help you and give you some context to what else is happening out there. But after this stage, now we're really ready. We know where we're at overhead wise. Now we're ready for next week to really dive into what should my markup be? What margin am I trying to attain? So we'll cover that next week, but class is done.